Amen. Good morning.
Good morning, Father.
I wanted to tell you a story this morning. There's been so many wonderful things that has happened in the world of Orthodoxy. Some challenging things, of course, but some wonderful things. We're seeing Orthodoxy flourish in some areas of the world that it has been suppressed for a long time. And one of those places is Albania. Due in no small sense to the work of a very humble, a very saintly man, Archbishop Anastasios of Albania. And back when I was in seminary, now this would have been like early 2002, like January or February, he was in America visiting. And he went to St. Vladimir's Seminary in New York to speak to people. And so we as seminarians rented a van and we drove down to St. Vladimir's Seminary to meet with him and to listen to him talk. And it was a wonderful conversation or discussion and very inspiring. And afterwards, in the reception area, they had, punch and cookies and kind of a reception line that we were all sort of standing in to receive his blessings and maybe say a few words with him. And as I was standing in line, I'm watching him, and I'm just looking at the grace and the poise and finesse that he was speaking with people, and I'm thinking to myself, I got about as much grace, poise, and finesse as a box of hammers. I am nothing like this guy. What am I doing here? What am I doing at the seminary? What am I doing? And I'm starting to get all, freaked out. So that by the time I get up to him in line, I'm a mess. And the first, I wanted to just introduce myself and tell him that I had read the book that was about his life and I was inspired by it and so forth. And when I got to him, all of a sudden there were those kind, peaceful eyes staring at me, and he's just standing there with his hands on his bust with me. And I wanted to introduce myself, and what came out of my mouth was, hey. And he looked at me and he said, what's your name? And I wanted to say, well, I'm Joe from Ohio, I'm a seminarian at Holy Cross, and it's really nice to meet you. And the only thing that came out was, Joe. Ohio. And he goes, oh, Joe, Ohio. What? No, Your Eminence, I'm not Joe, Ohio, I'm Joe. Never mind. And I just wanted to say that at that point, I read the book about you and it was so inspiring to me. God bless you in your efforts. Many years and may you please have a blessing, right? So the only thing that came out was, I read your book. And not that you wrote it, but it was about you. Never mind. May I please just have a blessing? And then he gave me a blessing and I walked away going, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. And on that van ride home, or back to the seminary, I'm thinking to myself, I'm nothing like this guy. What am I doing here at the seminary? I'm just Joe from Ohio, But in the few years that I've been a priest, I've realized that there is something that I have in common with him. Something great. Something that I've got in common with everybody on the walls that you see here. And that's the grace of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit is the tie that binds us all together. Me, Archbishop of Anastasios, these folks, and all of you. The grace of the Holy Spirit. And so, yes, Archbishop Anastasios can go about his ministry in the Lord with all the grace and poise of a ballroom dancer. And I can go about my work in the Lord like shooting a bottle rocket into a china shop. But the point is, glory be to God, the work gets done. And I've been able to see just wonderful things in my ministry happen through the grace of the Holy Spirit. So I have absolute trust in that grace, in that Holy Spirit, that it's going going to work if I try to do the right things, if I try to put the Lord and my neighbor above myself and all the worldly, silly stuff. I trust that the Lord is going to do His will through His grace and for His glory. That's what we celebrate today on the Day of All Saints. For me, this celebration of All Saints is part really of Pentecost. You know, it's still the ending, the final note, the final word of the celebration of the Holy Spirit. The little curly Q on the end with the dot of the period. And it ends with St. Paul's words to us, that the saints greet you, all the saints. Now, he was writing it to the people of the ancient world, those little communities scattered throughout Christendom at that time, who were small, who were feeling insignificant, who were feeling put upon, persecuted, to let them know you're not alone. You're part of something bigger. All the saints of the church greet you. And then if you look at the old King James Version, it says, all the saints salute you. So there's this sense that we're all in it together. We know what you're going through. We're going through it too. And we can all get it done with the Lord's help and the grace of the Holy Spirit. That's what we celebrate today on All Saints. And, you know, sometimes I hear that the Orthodox faith is such a downer. You know, it's depressing. It's negative. It's always going on about how sinful we are. And respectfully and in love, I tell you, no, it's not. It's just honest. We're sinners. God is great. And through the grace of the Holy Spirit, we become more like Him. We don't sin so much. And we can see wonderful transformation in our lives. And wonderful things happen, manifest, through the grace of the Holy Spirit, through Jesus Christ's mercy, and to the glory of God. Is that so negative? Really? The difference is, we've been hurt so much in life through various things, pain. We need relief from that pain. What we find in other expressions that profess Christ as Lord, ready relief from the temporary symptoms, because the message is overwhelmingly positive. It may mention our sinfulness, but it doesn't really go there. The Orthodox Church goes there and presents to us healing. Spiritual life in the Orthodox Church is like drinking a bottle of syrup of Ipecac. You know? It may be pretty nasty going down at times. I'll grant you that. But it's the only way we can bring all that nasty stuff up and out. Spiritual life in the Orthodox Church heals us. True healing. And sometimes, you know, we think the church is all wrong just because we're not ready to go there. We're still reeling with the pain. We're not quite ready to be healed. We just want relief. I'm telling you, you can find relief and you can find healing in the Orthodox Church, and it's all through the grace of the Holy Spirit. Folks, we're no different from anybody here that you see on this wall. To the degree that we will let the Spirit in, let it bring all that nasty stuff to the surface so we can be healed from it. To the degree that we love God and love our neighbor more than ourselves and let the Spirit transform us, it will. We will become saints. And we'll be able to shine the love of Christ to the world through the grace of the Holy Spirit in our own unique individual way, just like that. And the overwhelming message today is they see it. And they're telling us, greetings from the saints. We're with you. We see what you're going through. We went through it too. We're all in this together. You of the grace of the Holy Spirit. So let's not get down on ourselves so much. And let's not get down on the Orthodox faith so much. Because this is the place. This is the institution started on earth by God through the grace of the Holy Spirit, and it is continuing to work throughout the centuries to transform, to heal, and to shine. We have the witness of the faith, witness of the saints in their message today telling us, He did it for us, He can do it for you, you can do it, we're all with you. Glory be to God.